I did a sort of DNA test on myself, and I found that I have a higher propensity of getting brain degenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and dementia. I'm an optimistic guy. When I heard that, I said, that's not even my problem. Dementia, if I get, that's my wife's problem. But then I said, let me be considerate towards her and try to solve her problem. So I started doing some research. And something I found was very interesting. My childhood passion has been table tennis. And I found that table tennis actually delays any kind of brain degenerative diseases. So I started playing table tennis. And in the last 7 years, my life has completely transformed. So although it started off with this noble cause of helping my wife, but let me share with you some of the things that it's done to my life, which has completely transformed it. So the first thing it did was, I'm in advertising. I have almost 1,000 people dovetailing into me. It always has been a stressful life. Since the time I started playing table tennis every morning, the stress has just vanished off. That 1 hour, I forget what's happening at home, what's happening at work, everything is forgotten, and that's all it does every single day. Second thing, I have this belief. A lot of people say, success brings you happiness. My belief is happiness brings you success. And when I play table tennis in the morning, right, of course, there's scientific reasons, there's endorphins and BDNF proteins that give you happiness. But I know that when I play a sport like table tennis in the morning, the whole day, I'm happy. Happiness is like a muscle. You got to work on it every day. If I play a sport 5 days a week, I'm happy throughout the day, and it's contributed to higher success in whatever I'm doing right now. Thirdly, I think there are a lot of life lessons that you can learn from this. The first 5 years, I was just playing matches. And then, so there is Outlier's book where you spend 10,000 hours to become an expert. But there is another interesting book called Bounce by a UK table tennis player, which says you to stretch yourself in that every hour in that 10,000 hours. And that's what I started doing multi-ball practice and, taking 1,000 balls and doing the same services again and again, which are boring things to do, but boring leads to exciting things. And my game improved tremendously in the last few years. And so you never win the silver, so you only lose the gold. So I won 2 silvers in the 40-plus category in nationals. But that's the kind of improvement I had just 1 year of practice. Thereafter, what I've seen is that even from a work point of view, right, when you play a fast sport like table tennis, I go to work with a sort of a speed in my stride. I'm focused, I want to accomplish more, I'm working faster, and it's a phenomenal experience that you have even when you're working every day. One other interesting thing that happened to me was, I've always had a set of friends that came from my industry, came from similar affluence. A sport allows you to create a very diverse set of friend circle, which is unparalleled. I have an income tax officer, a raw agent, a spot boy in a film industry, all as friends. And the only thing that ranks them is how they well play the table tennis. The last thing I would like to say before I pass it on to a demo is that I think, as you become more and more successful, losing is something that doesn't happen to you that often. Even a person loses to you in a way in the corporate circles, they sort of don't say you lost. They say, it was a good match. But in sport, there is no it's only black and white, right? So every morning when a 13-year-old kid thrashes you, you know that he thrashed you. And it brings a lot of humility into your life on a single everyday basis.